Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec, back with another video for you guys. Today's video, we are in TryHackMe. This is the Cybersecurity 101 learning path. This is the Defensive Security module, and this is the SOC Fundamentals room. Learn about the SOC team and their processes. Hopefully, y'all are ready to learn something today and have an awesome day. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1, Introduction to SOC. Technology has made our lives more efficient, but with this efficiency comes more responsibility. Modern day fears have come a long way from the exploitation of physical assets. The critical data, called secrets, are no longer stored in physical files. Organizations carry tons of confidential data in their network and systems. Any unauthorized disruption, loss, or modification to this data may cause them a huge damage. Threat actors discover and exploit new vulnerabilities in these networks and systems daily, becoming a major concern in cybersecurity. Traditional security practices may not be enough to prevent many of these threats. Dedicating a whole team to managing your organization's security is important. A SOC, which is Security Operations Center, is a dedicated facility operated by a specialized security team. This team aims to continuously monitor an organization's network and resources and identify suspicious activity to prevent damage. This team works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay. And also, you can have an internal SOC team for the organization. You can also have an external SOC team that's working for like an MSP or MSSP, right? This room will delve into some key concepts of SOC, one of the most important fields in defensive security learning objectives, building a baseline for SOC, Security Operations Center, detection and response in SOC, the role of people, processing technologies, because that's what it comes down to, people, processes, and technology. Practical exercise. All right, answer the questions. What does the term SOC stands for? Well, as we can see up here, it's Security Operations Center. Task number 2, purpose and components. The main focus of the SOC team is to keep detection and response intact. The SOC team has some resources available in the form of security solutions that help them achieve this. These solutions integrate the whole company's network and all the systems to monitor them from one centralized location. Continuous monitoring is required to detect and respond to any security incident. You have the SOC, detect and respond. What they're talking about here is a SIM, okay? So they're sending all their logs to that SIM solution so they can get into the SIM solution and then find everything they need in there, hopefully. Detection. Detect vulnerabilities. A vulnerability is a weakness that an attacker can exploit to carry out things beyond their permission level. A vulnerability might be discovered in any device's software, operating system, and programs, such as a server or computer. For instance, the SOC might discover a set of Microsoft Windows computers that must be patched against a specific published vulnerability. Strictly speaking, vulnerabilities are not necessarily the SOC's responsibility. However, unfixed vulnerabilities affect the security level of the entire company. That is absolutely true. A lot of times in my career, I've come across these vulnerabilities that come out in the news, and I have to hit up the vulnerability management team. Say, hey, have you seen this? Hey, can you check on this? Can you see this? Can you see that? Or whatever. Because if that vulnerability gets exploited by an attacker, then your team's gonna have to respond to it, right? So that's extra work you have to deal with, extra headache when you can just contact the vulnerability team to fix the issue before it becomes an issue, right? Detect unauthorized activity. Consider the case where an attacker discovered the username and password of one of the employees and used them to log into the company system. It is crucial to detect this kind of unauthorized activity quickly before it causes any damage. Many clues, such as geographic location, can help us detect this. Detect policy violations. A security policy is a set of rules and procedures created to help protect a company against security threats and ensure compliance. What is considered a violation would vary from company to company. Examples include downloading pirated media files and sending confidential company files insecurely. Detect intrusions. Intrusions refer to unauthorized access to systems and networks. One scenario would be an attacker successfully exploiting our web application. Another would be a user visiting a malicious site and getting their computer infected. Response. Support with the incident response. Once an incident is detected, certain steps are taken to respond to it. This response includes minimizing its impact and performing the root cause analysis of the incident. The SOC team also helps the incident response team carry out these steps. There are 3 pillars of a SOC. With all these pillars, a SOC team becomes mature and efficiently detects and responds to different incidents. These pillars are people, process, and technologies. You can see that here, people, process, and technologies. You need the right balance here. People, process, and technology coexist in a SOC environment. A team of professional individuals working on state-of-the-art security tools in the presence of proper processes is what makes a mature SOC environment. In the upcoming tasks, we will discuss each of these pillars individually and examine how they are important parts of SOC. The SOC team discovers an unauthorized user is trying to log in to an account. Which capability of SOC is this? Well, that's going to be detect. All right. So as we're reading through about detection stuff here, and next one says, what are the three pillars of the SOC? Well, we know that's going to be people, process, and technologies, right? We can see that here. We can see it multiple times throughout this entire task. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Be sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell. All right, so you know every time I post a new video. As you can see here, most people that view my videos, view my channel, are not subscribed. Now, if you do subscribe, it will help me get into the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to grow our glorious community here. As always, thank you all for taking the time to watch. Have a nice day and enjoy the video. Task number 3, people. Regardless of the evolution of automating the majority of security tasks, people in a SOC will always be important. A security solution can generate numerous red flags in a SOC environment, which can cause huge noise. Imagine you are part of a fire brigade team and have centralized software where all these cities' fire alarms are integrated. Suppose you get many fire notifications at once, all for different places. When you get into those locations, your team finds out most of those were only triggered by excessive smoke from cooking. Eventually, all the efforts will be a waste of time and resources. In a SOC, with security solutions in place without human intervention, you'll end up focusing on more irrelevant issues. There are always people, there are always the people who help the security solution to identify truly harmful activities and enable a prompt response. The people are known as the SOC team. This team has the following roles and responsibilities. This is just a general breakdown of a SOC. Okay, you have the CISO up here, you have the SOC manager, then you have various different SOC analysts down here, and you have the security engineer, detection engineer, right? So they're the ones that do go in and configure all the detections, mess around with the rules and stuff like that inside of the SIM to make your SOC more efficient. They'll deal with stuff like, hey, we're having a lot of noise from this alert. Can you look into why it's doing all this? They'll do stuff like that. Of course, the security engineer will be out deploying the various different security tools, right? And also applying recommendations, stuff like that. And of course, SOC analysts are going to be the ones going and doing the legwork, analyzing different alerts that come in, responding to those alerts, et cetera, et cetera. And they're going to explain everything here with their little breakdown. SOC analyst level 1. Anything detected by the security solution will pass through these analysts first. These are the first responders to any detection. SOC level 1 analysts perform basic alert triage to determine if a specific detection is harmful. They also report these detections through proper channels. SOC analyst level 2. While Level 1 does the first level analysis, some detections may require deeper investigation. Level 2 analysts help them dive deeper into the investigations and correlate the data from multiple data sources to perform a proper analysis. SOC analysts Level 3. Level 3 analysts are experienced professionals who proactively look for any threat indicators and support in the incident response activities. The critical severity detection reported by Level 1 and 2 analysts are often security incidents that need detailed responses, including containment, eradication, and recovery. This is where level 3 analyst experience comes in handy. Security engineer, all analysts work on security solutions. These solutions need deployment and configuration. Security engineers deploy and configure these security solutions to ensure their smooth operation. Detection engineer. Security rules are the logic behind security solutions to detect harmful activities. Level 2 and 3 analysts often create these rules, while the SOC team can sometimes also utilize the detection engineer role independently for this responsibility. SOC manager. The SOC manager manages the processes the SOC team follows and provides support. The SOC manager also remains in contact with the organization's CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, to provide him with updates on the SOC team's current security posture and efforts. Note, the roles in the SOC can increase or decrease depending on the size and criticality of the organization. Absolutely true. Like I've been at orgs where I am just the security guy, so I'm doing all these, right? Except for the SOC manager, but I'm doing like all these from SOC analyst level 1 to security engineer, right? Very small teams, and I've also been at medium or large size organizations where this is broken down a little bit more. right? So let's say I'll be doing level 1 to 3 analyst work, but the security engineer work is a different team, and then the detection engineer is also another team or different individual. Okay, it's going to vary by organization, but you get the gist of everything in here. All right, question time. Alert, triage, and reporting responsibility of what? Well, that's going to be SOC analyst level 1, as it explains up here, right? They do the initial triage of the alert that comes in. Which role in the SOC team allows you to work dedicatedly on establishing rules for alert security solutions? That's going to be the detection engineer, right? As explained, they go in and mess around with the logic and alerting that goes on with these security tools, right? The SIMs, stuff like that. Task number 4, process. We discussed the roles and responsibilities of different individuals working in the SOC team. Each role has its own processes, just as we saw the role of level 1 SOC analysts as the first responders to carry out alert triage and determine if it is harmful. Let's discuss some important processes involved in a SOC. Alert triage. The alert triage is the basis of the SOC team. The first response to any alert is to perform the triage. The triage focuses on analyzing a specific alert. This determines the severity of the alert and helps us prioritize it. The alert triage is all about answering the 5 whys, or sorry, the 5 Ws. What are these 5 Ws? Who, what, where, when, and why? All right. Following are some questions that need to be answered during the triage of an alert. Alert, malware detected on host George PC. So here's the 5 whys up here, and here's the answers. What? A malicious file was detected on one of the hosts inside the organization network when the file was detected at this time and date, where the file was detected in the directory of the host, etc., etc. Who? The file was detected for the user George. Why? After the investigation, it was found that the file was downloaded from a pirated software selling website. The investigation with the user revealed that they downloaded the file as they wanted to use the software for free, and this can happen depending on whatever organization you're at. I've been at plenty of organizations where this is commonplace. Users are allowed to download anything from the internet and install it on their computer, which is obviously going to cause headaches down the road, which is why you should have a good application allow listing or deny listing in place, right? Some kind of application control policy tools in place to sort of prevent that from happening, or at least get it down to acceptable levels. All right, reporting. The detect harmful alerts need to be escalated to higher level analysts for a timely response and resolution. These alerts are escalated as tickets and assigned to the relevant people. The report should discuss all the 5 Ws along with a thorough analysis, and screenshots should be used as evidence of the activity. Instant response forensics. Sometimes the reported detections point to highly malicious activities that are critical. In these scenarios, high-level teams initiate an incident response. The incident response process is discovered or discussed in the detail in the incident response room, so check that out if you're interested. A few times, a detected or detailed forensics activity also needs to be performed. This forensic activity aims to determine the incident's root cause by analyzing the artifacts from a system or network. All right, question time. Also, I've been on teams where the stock and the incident response team or our team are the same or one and the same. Okay, so I'm doing stock activities as well as incident response activities. Like I said, it depends on the size of the organization. At the end of the investigation, the SOC team found that John had attempted to steal the system's data. Which W from the 5 Ws does this answer? Well, that's going to be who, right? Because they are identifying the user that did this activity. The SOC team detected a large amount of data exploitation. Which W from the 5 Ws does this answer? Well, that's going to be what. Okay, so what happened here? What occurred? Data exploitation looks like it occurred, right? Task number 5, we're going to talk about technology. Having the right people and processes in place would never be enough without security solutions for detection and response. The technology portion in these SOC tools refers to the security solutions. These security solutions efficiently minimize the SOC's team's manual effort to detect and respond to threats. An organization's network consists of many devices and applications. As a security team, individually detecting and responding to threats in each device or application would require significant effort and resources. Security solutions centralize all the information of the devices or applications present in the network and automate the detection and response capabilities. Let's get a brief understanding of some of these security solutions. A SIM, Security Information and Event Management. SIM is a popular tool used in almost every SOC environment. This tool collects logs from various network devices referred to as log sources. Detection rules are configured in the SIEM solution, which contain logic to identify suspicious activity. That will be detection engineering configuring these in a lot of cases, or maybe yourself. The SIEM solution provides us with the detections after correlating them with multiple log sources and alerts us in case of a match with any of the rules. Modern SIEM solutions surpass this rule-based detection analysis, providing us with user behavior analytics and threat intelligence capability. Machine learning algorithms support this to enhance the detection capabilities. Note, the SIEM solution only provides the detection capabilities in a SOC environment. EDR, Endpoint Detection and Response, or EDR for short, provides the SOC team with detailed real-time and historical visibility of the device's activities. It operates on the endpoint level and can carry out automated responses. EDR has extensive detection capabilities for endpoints, allowing you to investigate them in detail and respond with a few clicks. Firewall. A firewall functions as purely for network security and acts as a barrier between your internal and external networks, such as the internet. It monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and filters any unauthorized traffic. The firewall also has some detection rules deployed which help us identify and block suspicious traffic before it reaches the internal network. Several other security solutions play unique roles in a SOC environment, such as antivirus, EVP, IDS, slash IPS, XDR, SOAR, and more. The decision on what technology to deploy in the SOC comes after careful consideration of the threat surface and the available resources in the organization. Hopefully that's the case. I've been at organizations where they go in and just purchase all these tools, but they don't have the people in place, or don't have enough people in place to actually manage the tools properly. So a lot of times the tools are just sitting there gathering dust, right? The virtual paperweights. What security solution monitors the incoming and outgoing traffic of the network? Well, that's going to be firewall, as explained up here in the firewall section. Do SIEM solutions primarily focus on detecting and alerting about security incidents? Yes, as we learned about what a SIEM does up here. Okay. And task number 6, practical exercise of SOC. This practical exercise uses people, processes, and technology and gives you a practical walkthrough of the role of a level 1 analyst in the SOC team. Click on the View Site button below to display the lab on the right side of the screen, which I've already done. Scenario: you are a level 1 analyst of your organization's SOC team. You receive an alert that a port scanning activity has been observed on one of the hosts in the network. You have access to the SIEM solution where you can see all the associated logs for this alert. You are tasked to view the logs individually and answer the questions to the 5 Ws given below. Note the vulnerability assessment team notified the SOC team that they were running a port scan. They were running a port scan activity inside the network from the host at 10.0.0.8. All right, well, you can already see here that they're talking about port scan. So what activity that triggered the alert? Port scan. And we can see that here, port scanning activity from this IP address in question. And we can also see a couple other alerts in here, all kinds of stuff. We got malware stuff on here. But all the stuff's already been closed. You can see here, it says, please click on the acknowledge button to take ownership of the open alert. Okay, so this is the first alert we're looking at here, and we already know the IP address as displayed there, and we can see the time, June 12, 2024, 1724, so that answers our next question. All right, so I'm gonna click acknowledge, and then when you go to the SIM probably, it says where destination host IP, and let's go ahead and click the SIM area here. Let's see here. Okay, so we can see destination IP right there. So it's going to be this 10.0.0.3. You can see all different port stuff. You can see it says Nessus, which is a well-known scanner out there. And it says who? Source host name. Well, we can see that here. Source host name, Nessus. Why? Reason for the activity intended or malicious. Well, explain up here that they're going to be running a vulnerability scan, a port scan from this IP address here. And this is the IP address in question. So that's going to be their vulnerability management system or vulnerability scanner. So this is obviously intended. Additional investigation notes. Has any response been sent back to the port scanner? Well, yes, as we can see in here. All right, I've clicked on complete investigation and this pop-up came up. After investigating, what do you think the activity was? Option A, true positive, it was an actual incident. Option B, false positive, It was not an incident. As we know, this is a port scanner as told by the vulnerability assessment team. So we're going to go with option B, false positive, not an incident. As mentioned in the task, the vulnerability assessment team notified the SOC team that they were running a port scan inside the network from the host 10.0.0.8. So we're done here, and that's pretty much it. It says, what's the flag found after closing the alert? So we need to close it. Close alert. There we go. There's the flag. So we are done here. Now, obviously, this is a bare bones of what a SIM would look like. But obviously, if you're using a SIM like Splunk or Google Chronicle or something like that, you'll be able to see the back and forth activity going on, hopefully, if you have those logs going to your SIM. Task number 7, conclusion. This room helped us learn some exciting facts about the SOC team. We saw its responsibilities and the pillars, people, process, and technology that mature any SOC environment. This room focused on understanding how people, processes, and technology play their roles in the day-to-day SOC use cases. Lastly, we got our hands on a practice lab and solved a real-world SOC alert as a level 1 analyst. I understand the fundamentals of a SOC, and we are done with this room. Hopefully, y'all learned something from this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell if you're new here, share the video, comment below your thoughts and opinions on information shared in the video. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Have a nice day, and I will see you later.